Welcome to Walletopia. We appreciate you being here. Please go to walletopia.info to register. You won't regret it. Remember, Walletopia is where you go when you want to know anything and everything there is about the world of wallets. We purchase all the wallets we review. Now, welcome to another Q&A. Despite the many means which YouTube provides us to communicate with each other, it's still really limiting. I just wish I could have better conversations with you, especially when I needed to clarify things or you have pressing questions. So these little Q&As allow us to connect a bit and for you to understand my madness at times. So let's get into it. All right, question number 1. It's a follow-up on the Apple Card video for usage of the card with dozens of wallets and outcomes. We talked about this about 5 months ago in a previous Q&A, and I've been carrying this in all of my wallets I've been doing carry testing on every day for that period of time. And as you can see here, if we look at this closely, we can see that there is very little wear and tear. There's some discoloration that happened here. There's some blueness there. None of the finishes come off, and yeah, it just doesn't seem to have taken a big hit. So as you can see, it really hasn't had any worse for wear. Now granted, I have not been pulling this in and out a lot of the wallet. It's just sat in the wallet. Cards around it have moved around. I've moved it quite a bit. I mean, it's been in my wallet all the entire time. And we've also had a question about how these metal wallets work in the Stow wallets. Let's take a look. All right, we've got a wonderful Stow wallet here. We've got 2 metal cards, and they just snap right in, just like you'd expect any card to do. Not a problem. Snap. And so they just go right in. So it's not a problem. Metal cards work just fine in the Stow. Okay, question number 2. What do I do with all the wallets I review? Lots of questions around that. Now I keep them for comparative reviews, carry tests. If you want to, you can see this picture right here. This is what I posted on the community page. It gives you an idea of how I store them. But I do give them away from time to time for people who subscribe to the mailing list on walletopia.info. I also send out all the discounts we negotiate with manufacturers to that same list as we get them, and so you're always notified when you have new discounts, new videos are put out. So don't rely on YouTube to notify you. Just come and subscribe to walletopia.info and we'll get that to you. All right, on to question number 3. Let's talk about review transparency and bias on this channel. Some of you know that this is very important to me because as a social influencer, brands are constantly hitting you up for marketing purposes. What? No. Oh yeah, they do. It's what they do, and it's what social influencers do. At Walletopia, we don't seek them out despite being presented with very attractive contracts. And the reason why we don't is because social influencer contracts really restrict what I can say, and the types of reviews I can do. For example, the majority of them don't want you to do comparative reviews. Well, that's a lot of what we do. As you know, a major principle of this channel is that we don't accept wallets from manufacturers for free in exchange for a review. However, to clarify a few situations, let me express. I do accept free wallets for giveaways when offered, when I also purchase a wallet from them for review, because I can give them away from you. But 95% of the time, I just purchase the wallet myself for the review. Now, the channel principle is to remove as much bias as possible. I have my own bias to take care of. That makes it more difficult. But to introduce the exchange from a manufacturer and that bias, I'm sorry, but there's really a natural positive bias that comes through it. Getting something for free despite the understanding that you're under no obligation. Doing what we do costs us a ton of money, but in the end, I say what I want because I've purchased the wallets and I'm beholden to nobody. And that's so critical to us because despite the cost of the dollars, which this channel is far from covering financially, I want to ensure that you trust what we're providing you, that it is truthful in a review in a way that you can come to your own conclusion without being manipulated. And that's really paramount to us. All right, final question. When will a wallet that I've requested be reviewed? When will that review happen? Well, many of you do request reviews for particular wallets, which is great. I ask for that. I want that, and I appreciate that. Please keep doing that. That's how we find these new wallets from around the world. Ironically, I'm really surprised at how many I already have in our inventory when you ask, which is great because we can get them planned. But for those that I don't, I put them on the purchase list and we get them, which is awesome. Now, based on popularity, personal interest, or especially requests from you, the community, a wallet is scheduled for a review. I have wallet reviews recorded and uploaded a month or more in advance. I do that because I don't want to be stressed about having something to publish all the time. So when you make a request, and if it's garnered enough momentum and additional requests, it could still take upwards of a month before it shows up. So the bottom line is, please do keep making requests as it helps me prioritize wallets for review, but understand that it will take some time. It could take some time to put them up. Okay. There is one final question. I'm sorry, one more. Question number 5. Why do I do this and who am I? Who is Mark Ward? Well, lots of guesses over the months, some of which are very flattering, by the way. I appreciate that. But really, I'm a guy in my early 50s, and I've been in the high-tech and healthcare industries my entire career. I've been involved in 6 startups, 4 of which I did myself, as well as assisting other people. I've collected wallets my entire life, and I've just realized this is really kind of fun, and I love to do this. And so being able to share it with you is part of the fun. And also, of course, you notice I have fountain pens. Well, I collect Pelican fountain pens, as you've seen. And since technology has overtaken our lives, especially since I've been involved in it since about 1989 or so, I wanted to do something that was very deliberate, not something that was just typing or something else, and so that's why I do this. Now, I also collect Citizen watches. I used to have some very expensive watches, but I sold them so I could get more of these, the Citizens. Having spent time in Japan, as some of you know as well, I appreciate these timepieces, and there's so many options and capabilities. It's just fun to do. So anyway, there you go. If you have any other questions, please send them our way. Otherwise, click on these links for other Q&As, and we'll see you again in another review. Bye.